Okay. Oh, this was, I knew there was one problem I forgot to, right? This is example 3, right? Sketch the hyperbola and also find the equations of the asymptotes. Okay, but what have I got to do to this? Complete the square, right? So, at least we only have to do it once, right? Because there's no y to the first terms there, so we won't have to do it for y. We just have to do it for x. Right, so that'll be 4x squared plus 8x minus 3y squared equals negative 16. Factor of 4 from both of the first two terms. 4 times x squared plus 2x. Okay, what do I have to add in the parentheses to complete the square? Okay, half of 2 is 1. 1 squared is 1. What do I add to the other side to compensate for, okay, 4 times 1, 4. So here's what it looks like so far. 4 times x plus 1 squared minus 3y squared equals negative 12. Okay, not quite there. Next, divide by negative 12. So when I divide by negative 12, notice it's going to flip the signs of the terms that we're dealing with already. Right, so in this case, our positive term now is negative 3 over negative 12. That's y squared over 4. Our negative term will be this one, 4 over negative 12. That gives us minus x plus 1 squared over 3 equals 1. Okay, so what is the center? No. Negative 1, 0, right? It's x, whatever is subtracted from x, that's the h, right? So it's negative 1, 0. Right? Is it horizontal or vertical? Vertical, because the positive term is y, right? And what is the value of a? Come on, don't think too hard. What's the value of a? 2. What's the value of, well, do we need b? Yes, we do. What's the value of b? It's the square root of 3, right? b is the square root of 3, which is about, it's about 1.7. Okay, so let's see. We need to go up and down 2, up 2, down 2. We need to go left and right about 1.7. So that's about 1.7, 1.7. Right? What do I do with those 4 points? And that's not correct. I went too far. Right there. Draw the box, right? Those should be the midpoints of the sides of a rectangular box. So go back to blue. So here we go. Yep. And 1.7 about right there. And here. And here. And then why do I draw that box? So we can draw the diagonals of the box, which will be the asymptotes, right? Okay, so now that the asymptotes are in place, How do I sketch the graph? Okay, remember, which two are the vertices? The vertical, right? It's a vertical. So that's a vertex and that's a vertex, right? These are not vertices. We just needed them to draw the box, but they're not vertices. So now just start at that vertex and sketch along the asymptote, Okay, one more thing, right? We had to come up with the equations for the asymptotes. Now, since this is vertical, right? Since this is vertical, the slope is actually going to be A over B, right? The A was how much we went up and down. The B was what we did left and right. So that's the one where we go y equals, don't do that, K plus or minus A over B times X minus H. And we know the HK, right? The K is 0, the H is negative 1. So y equals, A was 2, B was the square root of 3, and X plus 1. And you know, you could simplify it more, right? You could turn it into all decimals, distribute, whatever. They didn't in the book. They left it like that. They left it with the radical in the denominator. They did not rationalize or anything.